The ceiling fan slowly grinds through the humid air of a classroom in mid-April. For most of the year, a student's life is defined by the rigid geometry of the school day: bells, rows of desks, and a calendar governed by someone else's clock. As the break nears, there is a modern risk that this scheduled time will simply be replaced by a different kind of passivity: the aimless digital drift of mobile screens and infinite scrolls. But then the teacher makes the announcement: the holidays start tomorrow. In an instant, the grid of the school year is discarded. The quiet classroom atmosphere shatters into a physical explosion of relief. It is the sound of 100 schedules being torn up at once. That final bell doesn't just end a day, it marks the transition from a world of obligations to a world where time has no master. Under a banyan tree outside the gates, 4 friends make a deliberate pact. They decide to trade their phones for something tangible, a summer that exists entirely in the physical world. They choose a destination far from the city's reach, a grandmother's village. It is a place defined by mango orchards, riverbanks, and a complete lack of digital noise. By picking a physical landscape over a digital one, they are unknowingly setting the stage for a memory that will stay vivid long after the summer ends. The journey acts as a sensory bridge. There is the rhythmic clatter of the train, the smell of station chai, and the sight of the city's gray concrete giving way to a relentless, vibrant green. As the train moves further into the countryside, the mental clutter of exams and urban pressure begins to thin out. The physical distance creates a psychological buffer. This transit period is a necessary reset. It forces the group to slow down and shed their urban anxieties before they even step foot in the village. They arrive to a welcome that appeals directly to the senses: the intricate patterns of a fresh rangoli, the cool touch of a brass tumbler filled with buttermilk, and the smell of sun-dried jaggery. Without the constant interruption of notifications, the brain's internal rhythm begins to shift. The fractured attention span of the city mends itself, allowing for a deep, singular focus on the immediate environment. This new focus fuels a burst of physical activity. They find themselves running barefoot through the mud of the Caddy fields, diving into the cold water of irrigation canals, and climbing the rough bark of mango trees. Because there is no ticking clock or digital feed to check, they are forced to engage with the texture of the world around them. Every splash of water and scrape of a branch is felt with total clarity. This level of sensory immersion is what high-fidelity memories are made of. The brain records these moments with a sharpness that routine experiences can never achieve. At night, the energy shifts. The group gathers on the terrace under a canopy of stars, with only the soft glow of a lantern and the sound of crickets for company. The grandmother begins to tell stories. These aren't just bits of entertainment. They are a direct link to a shared history, delivered with an intimacy that a screen can't mirror. This quiet connection is punctuated by the village festival, a loud, communal surge of energy with drum beats, local snacks, and the shared laughter of the entire community. These two extremes, the quiet nights and the vibrant festivals, create a sense of belonging and cultural weight that anchors the friends to this place. But every holiday has a final morning. The bags are packed, and the grandmother says her goodbyes with a lingering embrace that feels like a weight. There is a sharp, localized grief in realizing that this version of their lives, this perfect bubble, is about to pop. Childhood summers end one day, but the memories stay forever. Rather than fading like the daily routines of the school year, these rare, joyous days are deeply felt and preserved. They become a glowing, permanent treasure that will never be forgotten. To become a permanent treasure, a memory needs that hard boundary. The fact it cannot be repeated is why the brain refuses to let it go. On the train ride back, the loud excitement of the trip out is gone. It is replaced by a quiet, reflective satisfaction. Academic lessons may fade, but the feeling of that village summer will remain, a mental sanctuary they can revisit whenever the city feels too loud. Choosing an analog experience was a deliberate trade. They gave up digital comfort and built a memory